Andrea Bocelli, one of the most insane and well-known voices in the kind of classical tenor space, with some insanely brilliant performances over the years of songs like Time to Say Goodbye or Con te partirò or The Prayer that he did with Celine Dion. There's a lot that this man can do. And in fact, there's not a lot this man can't do vocally. Which is kind of the point of me having a look at this one. So this video dropped only a couple of days ago as of recording, and it came up on my recommended things to watch, which I thought was a little bit strange. But imagine my surprise when I open YouTube for a day of recording, and in my mind I'm going, I'll just have a look, and I'll see what there is to look at. And this is literally the first thing that pops up, is a combination of Andrea Bocelli and Brian May performing Who Wants to Live Forever. This song is beautiful. It is one of the most amazing songs ever written, and Freddie Mercury, who sang it, was just an untouchable god. Let's be real with the way that he performed it, the vocal prowess, the emotion that he was able to throw into the songs. Not to mention just naturally one of the most insane and unusual voices to ever grace the planet. So what I'm imagining we're going to see here is Andrea doing his Andrea thing and Brian May doing his Brian May thing. I'm really interested to see just how these two worlds collide, because I've said before on this channel that when it comes down to it, rock music and classical music go so well together, despite the fact that they are very different beasts. In fact, you only really need to look at the guitarist Yngwie Malmsteen and some of the things that he's done with the guitar to understand just what I mean in that regard. So we're going to have a look at this. We're going to have a look at all 6 odd minutes of this. So this is apparently a live performance. I say apparently, it does look live, and let's face it, these guys are not one to fake a live performance. Looking at you, Will Smith. Late night editor Jim here. I just thought that I would give some people some context on this one, because it seems that people don't know about this. Will Smith released a live video of himself, and it looks like all of the footage that was used of him is absolutely real, but all of the crowds seem to be AI. Give it a little bit of a Google, look it up, and you'll see what I mean. People know. People know. So let's have a look at this. But before we begin, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help. If you have not subscribed, I would highly appreciate it if you did. And there's more ways to help at the end if you like what we do on the channel. So without any further ado, let's have a listen to Who Wants to Live Forever, Andrea Bocelli and Brian May. Oh man. So even before we get into this, right, I would love to know, in the context of this performance, if they announced what the song was prior, because I can only imagine if Brian May got up on stage. I assume this is an Andrea Bocelli concert, because it does say down here that it is, so it's officially on Andrea's YouTube channel. So I would assume it's an Andrea Bocelli performance, and Brian May comes out on stage. There would be a few questions, at least from me. And those questions would be, what are you about to do? So I wonder if they would have introduced it, because if they didn't, and this piano line started, because let's face it, when it comes to Queen, this is a very recognizable opening. Like, I feel like the crowd would have gone nuts. So I assume it was introduced prior. Wow, okay.
There's no place for us. What is this thing that builds our dreams, yet slips away from us?
Oh my. Oh, hang on. Oh, ooh. Okay, my eyes are watering. Interestingly enough, a lot of people don't realize that Brian May actually does sing the opening part of that song. It actually does surprise me how many people don't know that. And to hear him here, because how old is Brian May now? Right, so Brian May is currently 78. This video was released 3 days ago, but it does say that it was last year, this performance. Okay, so he was 70, let's say 76, 77, right, depending on where in the year it was. And he still is singing this in that key. It is not an easy key for anybody, let alone somebody that late in years. And he does it with such precision. I've got to hear more of that again.
What is this thing that builds our dreams?
What is this thing? The way that he holds that, like it was a little shaky, but like awesome.
Want to live forever.
Oh,
Want to live forever. There's no
my God.
chance for us.
All right, wow. Here's the thing, Freddie does an incredible job, and he had a hand in writing this, and it was written for his voice. I was not expecting for if anybody was to cover this and to sing it like themselves, and it would actually make me tear up. I never thought it would be Andrea Bocelli. And not to say that his voice isn't amazing, I never would have put him in this. I would never have thought to say, sing Who Wants to Live Forever. I just never would have thought it. But God, I'm glad he's doing it. Oh,
There's no chance for us. It's all decided for us. This world has only one sweet moment set aside for us. Want to live forever. Who wants to live forever?
oh my God. Oh my God. It's obvious to people that even don't know a lick of music that obviously he's approaching this in such a different way to Freddie. Freddie had that more contemporary rock sort of styling to his voice. It was more elongated sound. Who wants to live forever? That more, like, I don't want to say harsh, but it is technically more harsh than the way that Bocelli is approaching it, where he's just got that openness. Who wants to live forever? And he's so dynamic with it. The breathing, the pulling and the pushing with the, like the slight pulling and pushing of the rhythm, but not just that volume control. Oh my God. Let's continue on. This is going to be one hell of a solo thing here. Like instrumental. Oh my God.
When such a
my god! Oh my god!
Waits forever away.
Oh my god.
Thank you very much. I was so excited, so nervous.
You know what? I don't blame you, my friend. Oh my. All right, so I just had to take a little bit of a moment to compose my thoughts here. As you guys would have noticed, I left that running for a long time at the end there without much to say. I'm going to be honest, I didn't remember the key change until they got there. I wasn't even thinking about that part of it. Usually when I listen to a song, especially one that I know, I'm always thinking ahead, going, oh, okay, well, here's the next phrase, here's the next section, here's the next, here's where the key change is. All of that left me for the process of this video. And a large part of the reason for that is because I just was not expecting what I was hearing. This was just too good. Like, can you say that? Can you say that a cover was too good? I can't even think properly. But, like, oh my god. The thing that shocked me more than anything is I've listened to a lot of Bocelli. I've studied a lot of Bocelli's stuff, especially during the course of me doing classical music. I didn't realize he could go into that spot the way that he did. Because even the way that he did the who wants to live forever? Like, I approached it more the way that Freddie did, but I don't even know if I can replicate his. I don't know if I can. The who wants to live forever? The way that he did that with that insane openness. I've never seen anything like that before. Because not only did he do that in crazy operatic technique, he even went into that mixed voice, because I don't believe he was in head voice. I think he was in that mixed voice that I talk about, that's in between your chest and the head voice, that grants that more power. And it was just so seamless. And then for him to do that really low forever note at the end there, I am absolutely lost for words. Well, guys, tell me what you think of this one in the comments below. I am spent. My brain is completely gaga now. I don't know what else to say. So I won't say anything at all. Thank you so much for watching. Like a favorite if you enjoyed. Subscribe, do all that sort of thing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, feel free to go over to Patreon and support us for as little as $3 Australian per month. By doing so, you'll join the list of wonderful people here. Also, if you're into gaming, I have recently rebooted my gaming channel, so feel free to go over there and have a look. Link to both the Patreon and the gaming channel in the description below.